You're welcome. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Stephen is here. Abby is here. Andy is here. Hi, everybody. How are you doing tonight? What's going on? Are you ready to make some books? So you guys, I posted all the events for March and April on our Facebook page. So go check them out and sign up. I've had signups coming in all day, and some have limited supplies, so there's only going to be a certain number of seats. So don't wait. I'll go over what some of those events are as we are creating our books, but we're going to make 3 books today, and one of them is going to be this paper bag book behind us, or behind me. That's the one we're going to start with. Then I'm going to show you how to make a little tiny book out of an index card, or you can use a recipe card, and you can just with some plain paper or fancy paper if you want to put on the inside. And then we're going to make a zine. If you've never heard of a zine, well, I can't wait to introduce you to a zine. So, if you are new, like always, I have to explain our rewards card. So for a perpetual program participant, every time you attend a virtual program like this, you will put a sticker on that circle and fill up the row, bring it in to get a prize, fill another row, bring it in, get a prize. Once you fill up the card, we will get you another card. And the other one is a Rad Repeat Reader. That's for all of the reading that you guys are doing at home. It works the same way. 1 chapter book or 3 picture books, depending on your age. There's also something else in your kit that I want to bring attention to before we get started. Let's see if I can find mine. Here it is. It is I Spy. So you may or may not have known that I have an I Spy on the bulletin board in the kids' room for the month of February. Now, February is running out. So if you can get in before Saturday to find all of these things, you can put your name, a parent or guardian's name and phone number on the back and give it to the front desk. Anyone who finds them all will be entered to win either a Batman Lego Batmobile kit. It's a Batmobile. It's also a flying thing or a tank. It could do any of those 3 kits. A giant eraser for really big mistakes, or a tote bag. You will get your choice. Because of the weather, we were closed and people didn't want to come in, so I wanted to make sure that everyone had a chance to do the I Spy. So it ends the end of February, though. So we're closed Sunday, and then Monday is Sunday, the beginning of March. Saturday's your last day, either way, is what I'm trying to say. Isaac and Micah will watch and do their craft tomorrow. Sounds good! That's the beauty of it. The recording is always on our Facebook page. You do not have to join us live, although I would love to join live with you and say hi. But, you know, sometimes it doesn't always work with your schedule. So, all right, let's take everything out of our fancy bag. Do you like those fancy bags that we got for all of Luzerne County? Covers the whole library system in there. I'm just emptying everything out of my bag, and then we'll go over all the supplies. Make sure. I think I got everything. Alrighty. I'm pointing the camera down. Ooh, too far. And I'm pushing you back. Alright, so we are going to start with the paper bag book. So for that, you're going to obviously need your set of paper bags. So I went ahead and folded these, put them in, and hole punched them for you because there was no way you were going to be able to get holes through here. I assume that you probably didn't have a hole puncher at home anyway. So what I did was I did an opening and then the bottom, and then an opening, and then the bottom of the bag, and then the opening, and then a bottom of the bag. You can really set it up however you want. Maybe you want all the openings in the front or all the openings in the back. It doesn't really matter, but that's how I have it set up. And you're going to need your 3 pieces of heavy paper squares, and you're going to need your 3 pieces of ribbon. Yours might look different. I kind of just took what was left over for me. You'll need your string, your yarn, and you'll need your glue dots. So the first thing that we're going to do is bind this with the yarn. So the way that I like to do it, and again, this is just 3 regular lunch paper bags. If you want to do another one at home, I would just say you would probably need grown-up assistance in putting bags, because they could probably use a knife to twist holes into there. It would probably be best to do one at a time. Do one and then use the holes put a pencil in there to mark the other places to put the holes so that the holes all line up. Okay, so I'll try and do this backwards for you. So we're going to take the yarn from the top going down into the holes, both ends. So down into that hole and then down into this hole. All right, so it looks like that on the front. And then on the back, we're just going to make sure that our ends are even. So I'm going to put my two ends together and then pull to make sure that it's straight. We're going to crisscross them. I mean, and you could just cross them this way. You could cross and twist this way, you know, however fancy you want to get. But then you want to send the ends back up through the holes. So rock wrapping is the first program that we have coming in March. That's coming up kind of quick because you're going to have to be picking up your kits soon. It's also limited. I do have some rocks. I was hoping to be able to go forage for more, but we just keep getting snowed on. So the rocks that I have, sorry, someone's calling me. The rocks that I have are the rocks that I have, and that's all there is to it. Okay, so then I'm just going to tie this and make a bow. And that is how we are going to bind our book together. Just like that. Oh, this is the way for you. So now we have all these pages. Now you are going to put whatever you want on these pages. You want to cover them with scrap paper. You want to cover them with construction paper. You want to cover them with lined paper. You want to cover them with graph paper, with, you know, colored paper, plain white computer paper. You could do that. You don't have to cover them at all. You could write on the bags. You can add stickers or stamps or whatever you like. But to make it a little bit more fancy, we have these cards that are going to slip into the openings of the bags. Just like that. But we're going to attach some ribbon handles to them so that when they're in there, the ribbons will stick out and you could just pull it out. So here's what we're going to do that. You're going to use your glue dots, 2 glue dots per piece of ribbon. So let's separate our glue dots. I'll keep them into 2s and then I'll separate these 2. Now you decide where you're going to put your ribbon. What you're going to do is glue one end of ribbon to the front of the card, one end of ribbon right to the back of the card like that. And what I recommend that you do is you vary the location of your ribbons. You probably don't want to put all your ribbons on the top. So you could do the first card, the ribbon at the top. The second card, the ribbon could be in the middle. The last card, the ribbon could be at the bottom. You decide what color ribbons you want on which card. You know, if you're trying to do like a color scheme of some sort, you know, you could do that. So I'm going to start with my purple ribbon here on this burgundy card. So I'm going to take my glue dot and remove the paper. My glue dot is stuck on the plastic. I'm going to put my glue dot right on the paper where I'm going to glue my ribbon. And I'm going to rub, rub, rub. Rub, rub, rub. And then pull the plastic off. Sometimes it's a little stubborn, but it will come off. There we go. That's garbage. And so then my glue dot is right on the card. And I'm just going to stick my end of my ribbon right on that glue dot. I love glue dots. They were like the best invention. And then I'm going to repeat the process on the back for the other end of the ribbon. And that's what we're going to do to all 3 of them. So let's work while I tell you about the programs. In case you missed any, because my beginner coding posted yesterday by accident instead of today with the rest of them. And then when today's programs posted, the Mini Fairy Garden was missing the registration link, and the Pipe Cleaner Animals was missing altogether. So I have since then corrected that in case anyone tried. The Mini Fairy Garden now has the registration form, so you can register for that. That's at the end of April. And then the Pipe Cleaner Animals has been added as well. That is the week before the Mini Fairy Garden. That event is there, and it does have the registration form. So we're all good. I'm all caught up. Rock wrapping is one that has limited supplies, and that is filling up. We've got Woven Art 2. I gave everyone who joined Woven Art 1 the opportunity to sign up for that early. So that is available the second week in March. The third week in March is Scribble Day. That is for all ages. We're just making art with scribbles. And we're going to add some really fun eyeball sticker faces and give them arms and legs and some names, perhaps. And then the last week in March is the Sock Bunny. That is another one with limited supply. I have only 14 socks, and I know I have more than half signed up for that already. So if you're interested in that one, it is a no-sew Sock Bunny. My socks are really crazy colors and stripes and such, so you know, don't expect this, you know, soft brown, pale yellow, pastel, pink or blue kind of bunny. They're crazy stripes, all different colors. All right, so that's my second one. That's all done. And I've got one more to go. I'm going to do the bottom one down here. In April, we've got Smash This Journal. The beginner's coding, that was posted yesterday by accident. That's for a little bit of a younger crowd. There's really no supplies involved, just some handouts. You can pick them up or have them emailed to you. The third week of April is the Pipe Cleaner Animals, which I added this afternoon. I added that event. And then, of course, the Mini Fairy Gardens. That is also limited supplies. I have 15 trays, and I have, I believe, at least half filled up for that as well. So do not delay in registering for those. All right, so here's our last glue dot. How's everybody doing out there? I'm missing all of my regular friends tonight. They are busy doing other things. They're going to catch the replay. Brooke, Natalie, Anna, and Lexi always catch the replay. Arielena? Abigail and Noah. We have another Abby and an Olivia and Aiden. We had a lot of kids signed up for this one. Okay, so you can see now when they are top, middle, and bottom, you can see all of the tabs. So now we can slip them in to the bags. And you're just going to find the opening of each bag and slip that in. And again, whatever you want to put on these cards, it's up to you. They should slide in. I was going to say, I should have checked to be sure that they slide in better one way than the other. But it seems as though they'll fit in either way. And there's the last one. Andy's almost on her last one. Yep. And another thing you could do, if you notice, let me show you the opening in this bag, where I slipped this in. Do you see how I slipped it in the top part of the flap? You could do another one and slip it in the bottom part of the flap. And you can have 2 inserts per page. But look at how fun that is. It's just a cute little book. Fill it with whatever you like. I just personally love little books. I love like stationery products in general. Any kind of pens and markers and stickers and notebooks and like all of that stuff. Sticky pads. So I would love to hear what you are going to fill this book with. You let me know. All right, so that's our first book project done. Oh my gosh, I've never been so popular before. Okay, next is this little book made out of an index card or a recipe card, and inside we're going to put some graph paper, but as I said, you can fill it with regular paper or blank paper, colored paper, construction paper. It's going to be very easy. So first, what we're going to do is you should have 2 sheets of graph paper. All right, we're going to fold them in half. We're going to do a hamburger fold. And they are cut to be just a little bit smaller than the index card. Now the index card is lined on one side and blank on the other. So on this one, I did the lined on the outside, and then the inside cover is blank. You could do it the opposite if you want. It's completely up to you. So I'll do another one, and I'll do the lines on the inside this time. I'll have the cover be blank. But you choose whatever you want. So we're going to fold the index card in half as well. And then we nestle all of the pages into the index card. And what we're going to do is take the folded side of all of our pages, and we're going to fold it in like about a ½ inch. Well, how big is a ½ inch? I would say like right to there. In fact, I do have a ruler. So a ½ inch is right there. So like the width of your finger, maybe. We're just going to create the spine. If you have a ruler, you can certainly use that as a straight edge to kind of help you fold on. You know, and you fold up like that. But it's not necessary. You don't need it. So we're just going to fold the fold in to create the spine. Just like that. And then we're going to unfold it and fold it the other way because we want to make sure it's creased really good. That. So that's where our spine of our book is going to be. So everything will open on that crease. Like that. Everyone got that so far? Now you're going to need a pair of scissors, and we're going to cut a notch on the bottom and on the top. And the notch is going to go, we're going to cut right on the fold, in towards the spine, and back down again on the bottom. And then the same on top. We're going to cut right on the fold, into the spine, and back down again. I'll show you on here. No, this way. See what I did? I cut right on the fold. Here we go. The fold is right where the rubber band is. So I cut right on the fold. I cut towards the spine and then back down. Just a little tiny square to hold our rubber band in place. So, right on the fold, towards the spine, and back down. So you create a little notch. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Right on the fold, towards the spine, or the fold, if you want to call it that, and then back down. And there you go. To finish it, you just put the rubber band on there. I'll take the rubber band off of this one to show you. Put the notch on the rubber band, stretch the rubber band, just like that. And now you have this cute little tiny little book. Isn't that adorable? And you can add as many pages to this as you want. I just gave you 2 pieces of graph paper to get started, but you have more paper. Here's what you do. Take the book apart, because it's so easy to put back together. Right? Open up this graph paper. Trace this piece of paper. You can even trace the notches. Trace that onto your colored paper, your lined paper, whatever you want to add to your book. And then cut it out. Fold it in half, and then just add it right into your book. I'm going to go ahead and add, I'm going to put, how about the one that I made before class into the one that I just made with you guys. I'm going to put it in together to make one big book. And now I've got 2 pieces of graph paper, and I've got another index card in the middle, and then more graph paper. But you could certainly put whatever you want. Isn't that such a cute little book? What are you going to fill it with? Tell me. What are you going to put in it? All right, are we ready for the last one? I don't want to rush you guys. I want to make sure that you're good, that you're with me. I could talk about zines while I know whether or not you are joining me for the next one. So, I did a zine class over quarantine, and I couldn't find my zines that I made. I know I have them somewhere. They must be at home instead of in my office. But I made a zine, and I filled it with a whole bunch of flower doodles. This one I did a Scary Stories book club when the movie came out, and I made a little zine for us to do just like a little bit of a book exercise. So we played some categories. So we have a page of categories here. I have a visualizing, like, what do you think the story is going to be about? Or pick a part in the story to draw a picture with and describe what's in the picture. Then we did, before I read the book, my thoughts were, and you just jotted down a couple thoughts. And then while I was reading the book, my thoughts were, and then after I finished the book, my thoughts were, and we have more categories back. And then your cover. So that's just one way that you can fill a zine. I also did it as a comic book, but you could put art, you could put doodles, you could fill it with poems. It could be a little mini bullet journal, my little book of blank, whatever. Let's see. Stephen wants to do it with the Scribbles class and some other art things with me. Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Andy remembers, oh yeah, the Scary Stories book club, using it to record what tests Abby has for school. Oh dear, well that's a less fun way, but it's a good way to have it all in one place. That would be great. Stephen has an extra piece of paper for the last book, the tiny one. Oh, well just add it right in there. That was your gain. So the ones that we have now, the ones that I did during quarantine was just a blank sheet of paper, which is how the Scary Stories one started, because it was just a blank sheet of paper, and then I wrote all this stuff on here. The ones that I gave you to do have like little frames and things. So that kind of like help you get started to draw pictures or write things, and this one is a little bit fancier. And actually the lines could be at the top or at the bottom, however you want to do it. As I was saying, my little book of whatever, like plants, my little book of bugs, if you like bugs. My top 10 movies, my top 10 books, my top 10 songs, how to do something. If you're really good at something, you can write instructions and then give it to somebody on how to do whatever. You can use it to support a cause if you really believe, in something like recycling and you want to promote that. Earth Day is coming up. Places that you want to visit, or you could use it as like a checklist when you accomplish things. You could use it as a diary. There's like all kinds of things. Okay, so here is how we do it. All you need is your sheet of paper and a pair of scissors. We're going to make the both of these. You could start with any one that you want. I've got the more fancy one. We're going to turn it over so we don't see the designs, and we're going to hamburger fold it in half. Just line up those corners. Increase it down. My quarantine zine video is probably still up on the Facebook page. I don't think that I've ever deleted it, so you might be able to see my little flower doodles on that one. I'm gonna have to look carefully for it. Okay, so hamburger fold we did once. Now we're gonna hot dog fold, which means we're folding it in the same direction. So it's long and skinny. Just like that. Now we're going to just open up that last fold that we did, that hot dog fold, and then we're gonna hamburger fold it. And then we're going to open up that hamburger fold, and here is where we're going to cut. Okay, so we're going to cut on the fold, from the fold to the center fold. Lots of folds, right? So this line right here is where we are going to cut. I'm going to hold it up so you can see. This is the folded side I have right here. Okay, see, this is the opening side. So from the folded side, on the fold, that center fold right there, and to the fold, just right into the center where that line is. That's where we're going to cut, just the snip right there. Okay, so on the folded side, on the fold, to the fold. So it looks like that. And that's it, folks. That's where it ends. Watch the magic happen. Okay, so we're gonna open up our paper all the way and hot dog fold it, right? So we have both our pictures are on both sides, and you can see like the center wants to pop open. Take the two ends, push it to the middle. See how the center pops open? It creates your pages, and then you just flatten it. Give it a good crease. And there you have it. And look, it doesn't matter which page you use as your cover, which page is the back cover or the inside. You could decide. You fold it however you want. Whichever way you want. You know, I think I like that one. Yeah, I like that as my cover. And then that's my back cover. And then you have all the little pages in between. Let's do this one exactly the same way. So fold it over. It's even better with a plain sheet of paper because then you don't have to hold the paper one way or the other. And you could add in all the designs later. We're going to hamburger fold. You can decorate these if you've got washi tape or stickers or stamps. If you have stencils, you could use your markers, stencil something on any of these books, really. All right, so that's one hamburger fold. We're going to hot dog fold it now. You open it up. You hamburger fold it. I like Stephen's idea of using them for the scribbles class. That's an excellent idea. I will send you some paper for that class, but you don't have to use it. All right, we open it back up, and now we're ready to snip, snip. From the folded side, because this is my opening side, from the folded side, on the fold, to the fold. You can even add them to the Smash This Journal class that we're going to do. Open it up, hot dog fold it, push the ends in, Abby, hurry up and make another one since your mom's stealing it for your tests. Make another book for yourself and do something more fun. But if you like to keep track of your grades and you want it as like a brag book, because we all know that you're a genius and you ace all your tests, and then you could say, oh, look at this day I took this test and I got an A, and then I took this test and I got an A, and I took this test and I got an A. You could certainly do that too. And let's see, what am I going to do as my front and back cover? Yeah, I like that. So that's my front cover, that's my back cover, and then I've got all the little ones in the middle. And there you have it. 2 zines, a little baby book, and a paper bag book. And that is all she wrote, guys. There you have it. 3 projects in like 30 minutes. Very easy. All things that you can do again at home. So I hope you do make your own. Thanks for joining me. Have a fantastic night, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye.